This isn't an intensive care unit, it's an emergency ward. The ICU is full.
The message rang loud and clear above bridges and throughout the nearly empty squares in Spain, after the number of deaths from coronavirus doubled in 24 hours to more than 285.
Some neighborhoods on the outskirts of Beijing are sealed off because of suspected coronavirus infection. All wildlife trade is now banned across China. The coronavirus was traced to a seafood market in Wuhan that was illegally selling wildlife.
This is the suburb of New Rochelle, further up north from New York City. It's home to the largest coronavirus cluster in the United States, with more than 100 confirmed cases in the community.
For 3 months now, swarms of desert locusts have been eating their way through East Africa. Here in Kenya's Laikipia County, people bang utensils to try and ward off an increasing menace to their livelihoods. All to no avail. Beans, maize, pasture for animals, nothing stands a chance, raising fears over food security as the farmlands are decimated.
Tear gas and smoke bombs clouded a Greek-Turkish land border on Saturday in a fresh flare-up in tensions over migrants seeking access to European Union territory. A Reuters correspondent in the area said the projectiles were coming from Turkish territory and being fired towards Greek police near the border crossing. Some tear gas was also being fired by Greek police.
Trouble began between the Hindu majority and Muslim minority over the controversial citizens' law brought in by the nationalist government under Prime Minister Modi.
Searching for clues after a stabbing spree in a suburban park near Paris left one person dead.
This is in North Co. Again, this is near Corona, and you can see a brush fire that started just before 10 o'clock this morning. We know there are mandatory evacuations underway. The fire kind of popping up in several different spots. Anybody in that area from Crestview to California Avenue, you are under mandatory evacuation. So that means pack up and get out as soon as possible.
Day after day, fire crews brave the front lines in a crisis that's still escalating. Many of the blazes are out of control and beyond anyone's experience. In a town in Victoria, a ghostly scene. Cars burnt and grey with ash.
Now here at one of the few vet clinics treating wildlife in the fire zone, where animals face an unprecedented threat. Australia's iconic koalas and kangaroos fleeing the flame. Australia has always had wildfires, but this year started earlier and spread along the coast and inland to mountain forests and vast parks. Scientists point to rising temperatures linked to climate change, increasing heat waves and droughts here, creating extreme conditions for fires that could wipe out species of plants and animals completely.
Good morning, George. Clayton Sandell here in Denver following breaking news out of Utah. A magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City. There are reports of damage to homes and buildings, including a homeless shelter in downtown Salt Lake. For now, it seems there is no major damage, but authorities will be checking throughout the day, and officials warn there could be more aftershocks.
In Kabul, at least 25 people have been killed in an attack after unidentified gunmen opened fire at a religious gathering of Sikhs. Afghanistan's Interior Ministry said the assault continued inside the Sikh religious site as security forces tried to rescue people. Daesh has claimed responsibility for the blast.
Now scientists have managed to quantify how much and how fast, providing the most complete picture available to date, and it's a worrying one. Since 1992, Greenland has lost 3.8 trillion tonnes of ice, enough to raise global sea levels by 10.6 millimetres. And the rate of ice loss is speeding up too, from 33 billion tonnes per year in the 1990s to 254 billion tonnes per year at the moment. That's a 7-fold increase within the last 3 decades.